guys, so as you can probably tell from the name of this video, I am about to go on a trip. So I thought I would give you a little what to pack in your carry-on bag tutorial because I do this trip quite often. I am going to England to visit my boyfriend who lives in North Yorkshire. We've been dating for a year and a half now, so there have been a lot of trips back and forth between the two. So I got it kind of down to a science and thought that maybe I could help some of you guys by showing you what goes into packing the bag. So here we go. So first thing before you start, you have to choose your bag. This is my favorite carry-on bag. I got it from a store called Ecology, but the brand is Pixie Mood. It's fake leather, but it's held up really, really nicely, and it's just like the perfect carry-on size. It has a nice shoulder strap. So I like to lay out my bag and then kind of put everything that I'm going to try to fit in next to it just to kind of keep an eye on the size. So laid it out kind of here for you guys to all see, and I'll go into detail about everything that I'm going to be packing into the bag itself. Oh, these are supposed to go in there too. Alright, so first rule of thumb for packing a carry-on bag is you have to pack that extra outfit because you never know if your luggage is going to get lost or how long you might get stuck at a layover if you have one. So first thing for me to go in the bag is always my extra outfit. I try to look ahead and see what the weather's going to be. My layover is going to be in Dublin and I'm flying into Edinburgh. So it's January, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet. So I have an extra sweater which is going to take up the majority of my suitcase probably, unfortunately. One extra outfit in. I'm going to be wearing my boots. I tend to wear the chunkiest pair of shoes that I want to be bringing on the trip through the airport because I never have enough room in my bag, and one way to make the most of that is to wear your biggest shoes that you want to bring. So I like to pack another pair. In this case, I'm going to be packing my tennis shoes into the bag itself. Just in case if you have to do a lot of walking and the shoes, your biggest shoes aren't as comfortable as your tennis shoes, it's good to have those along. So next step for my carry-on, this I think is very important, bring a reusable water bottle. If you don't, they're going to charge you for water, or you're going to have to buy airport water, and it's going to be way too expensive. They have water fountains. Just bring an empty water bottle. You obviously can't bring it full through security, so I just load an empty one into my bag right at the start so I know that I have that. Moving on to entertainment. So I always bring two different books. I bring a nonfiction book in case I'm really alert and can handle that. I'm currently reading a book called The Shepherd's Life by James Rebanks. It's very good. Definitely would recommend it. So that one always goes in. And then I'm bringing Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. The next series on Netflix is coming out in February, so next month, so I have to get caught up and get up to date on that. I guess this is where I should point out that I will be using this bag as my personal item because I do usually put my books and entertainment stuff in the personal item that can go underneath the seat in front of you, so it's really easy to access. So my two books go in there. I know it's really chunky, and I have used ebooks before for flying, which can be a good idea, but if I am going to be looking at a screen, I'm probably going to want to watch a movie, but sometimes your eyes just need a rest, especially on those long haul flights. So I go for the hard book. Takes up more space, but it's worth it in my opinion. I bring my iPad. You can bring a Kindle or all sorts of different things, but I do pre-download movies on Netflix and Hulu on here just because you never know what the selection is going to be on the plane, and if you have something that you're actually interested in, it really makes the time go a lot faster. So that slides in with my books. Always bring a charger. Very important. So I also usually like to bring a journal with me because, like I said, I like to have multiple different things to do on the flight because otherwise I just get bored of one thing. As far as headphones go, I also like a variety with that. So I'm not the best at packing lightly, but I like to be comfortable. So I have my on-the-ear wireless Beats headphones that work really well. So I'll be bringing these, and also just like the Apple earbuds that come in a little carrying case. I like have kept this from when I got it just because it keeps the cord from getting tangled, which is really nice. I like to keep everything in my carry-on small in little bags like this one. My sister made this for me actually. It's really nice. But if you keep everything separated in little bags, it's so much easier. If you need something from your bag above the seat and you don't want to make everybody hate you by pulling down a huge bag in the middle of a flight and getting up and down and all this that. So I like to compartmentalize everything. You can get the little packing cubes, but I just have a bunch of small bags on hand, so I go with that. So obviously, if you're going to another country, which I am, you have to bring your converter. Usually I just bring this UK charger that it just goes from directly to USB to UK, because for like iPhones and stuff, the cords are good enough that you can not have to use a converter. But for this one, since I am going to be going to Dublin, I need both the UK and the Europe port. So I'm packing this one. It has like all the different kinds that you could possibly need: Australia, China, US, UK, Europe. For traveling, I have a completely different wallet than what I usually use when I'm at home. This one has multiple pockets, so I can have my 2 different currencies or however many different currencies I need for where I'm traveling. I don't usually get currency out in cash before I go because my bank always charges me a huge fee that just seems like a complete waste of money. What I do is I make sure I have multiple cards. If it's a debit card, a credit card, I bring them all in different wallets throughout my stuff. But then when I get to the airport, I just find an ATM as soon as possible and get a little bit of cash out so that I have it if I need it. You can get cash ahead of time if that makes you feel more confident, or if you're going to somewhere that you don't know if they're going to have an ATM. But in Europe, there's always an ATM at the airport, so I've found that that's the cheapest way to go about it. I just thought of another thing that is really important to put in that travel wallet that you bring. Write down the address of the first place that you're staying, if that's the first hotel you're staying at, or if it's a friend or a family member. Just write it down and have it in your wallet so that when you have to fill out the customs form, when you get to the new country, you have that ready and you aren't going to be frantically looking on your phone or trying to remember or making something up that you're staying in, because trust me, you're going to want to have that. Passport, obviously. I have this cute little passport carrier thing from Cath Kidston that has little hedgehogs on it. I love him. But you do unfortunately have to take your passport out of these covers when you get to the checkpoint, so that's kind of irritating, but it just keeps it safe and it's really cute. So keep those together. Always bring a pen with you, because they're going to hand out custom cards on the plane, and if you don't have a pen, you're going to be that person that's asking your neighbors, and it's just a pain in the butt not to have it. So always keep a pen in your bag. So these ones all go in my bag that I put all of my entertainment stuff on, just because I know that this is going to be on my back or under the chair in my line of sight at all times, so I don't have to worry about that getting stolen. Bring a glasses case or contacts case if you have those. If it's an overnight flight like the one I'm going to be going on, your eyes are going to get tired, so even if you wear contacts, bring your glasses, you're going to want them. So those go in. And then, last but not least, your liquids bag. I am checking a bag on this trip, so I am not going to be squeezing all of my makeup and all of my products into this little bag. Luckily, I have done that before, and it's a true test of what matters most. But I always like to bring toothpaste, like little travel size one, and a toothbrush, because I end up brushing my teeth on the plane before I land, just so I feel like I'm not making everyone pass out or something. It just makes you feel better. I bring foundation and concealer, because I do like to reapply my makeup when I get to my location, whether it's a layover or where I'm actually headed. Hand sanitizer. Planes are cesspools for germs, so I never go anywhere without that. I have this tiny deodorant from Native. This is the cucumber and mint smell. It's really nice. But they make these adorable teeny tiny little deodorants that are absolutely perfect for the plane. I don't think you technically have to put these in your liquids bag, but I do because I have the space and it's nice to just have everything all together. Lotion, absolute must. The air on planes is so dry, and when you're on there for 8 or 9 hours at one time, or even longer if you're going farther, you're gonna wish you had it if you didn't. I always bring face cleanser because on overnight flights I always take off all my makeup and make sure that my skin is fully hydrated and happy. So I have this little Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser sample that I got when I made some order, and I have like a stockpile of these that I always take on the plane when I go because it's just the perfect little to-go pack. You can get the travel size bottles of these too, but this just fits so nicely in the little plastic bag that you have to fit everything in. I also have this little travel size First Aid Beauty barrier repair cream. I always bring some sort of moisturizer to put on the plane because, like I said, the air is so dry and you are going to feel like your face is cracking off if you don't. So I always take off all my makeup, moisturize, usually go over the top with that, so I'm just feel more refreshed when I land. But that was like the perfect little travel size I got at Sephora. Yeah, so that's good. And then I also have my Banish vitamin C cream. I don't know if you can see that. This is what I use every single night on my face. I have a lot of acne scarring, so this works really well and it just feels really good. It hydrates, it does all the stuff that you need. It doesn't actually have any smell really, but it's in a nice small container that will fit in my carry-on, so that I am super pleased with. They also make an oil that I have used in the past, but this time we're going with the cream. They both fit in the carry-on, both the oil and the vitamin C cream. Lip balm, absolute must. I don't like showing up when I land and having cracked lips or any sort of dry skin, so I have a lot of moisturizers and I would definitely recommend. And then I have another little hand cream that I found at Anthropologie, and it's absolutely tiny. I'll slide this into my purse when I get there, but for now, like I said, it has to go in that liquids bag. So I just use a plastic Ziploc. You can get travel bags to put them in, but they always break for some reason for me. So I have my trusty Ziploc, and I did manage to fit all of this stuff in here before. I'll do a little time lapse of fitting them all in, but for some reason I have a lot of extra space this time, probably because I have my checked bag that will have the rest of my stuff. I have makeup removing wipes that I like to use just in my seat so that I don't have to be standing in the airport bathroom forever. I do actually usually take my cleanser and put it on the makeup removing wipe just for that. Yeah, and then it's just nice to have those. You can wash your hands with them if you spill or something. So those go in. I always bring my little Q-tip travel thing. It's perfect for taking off smudged makeup or whatever you could need it for, so that always goes in. Tampons, let me tell you, even if you are not thinking that you're going to need them on your trip, bring them, because time zones mess with your body. I'm telling you, you very likely could be stuck in a situation where you don't have them, speaking from experience. So those always come with me. I have this cute little canvas bag that I like to keep them in so it's not ugly and throwing all over the place. Earplugs are a must if you intend to have any sort of sleep whatsoever on the plane. Last but not least, a neck pillow. I've had this since I was like 10, but for some reason he is just the perfect size and fits really well. I can hook him around the handle on my bag, so when I'm walking through the airport or something, he doesn't actually take up space in my bag, but still make sure he comes along so that I have something comfy. I am going to be bringing a scarf to go in. I know some people do not like putting their head on the back of a seat, so I like to bring a blanket scarf. This I can use if it gets really chilly on the plane, or if it's just, you know, you want something to cover up while you're trying to sleep, or you can use it as an extra pillow. So yeah, that is all I have for my carry-on. I guess my phone and my phone charger will go in as well. But that doesn't take up very much space because I have a very small phone. But yeah, that's it. Carry-on complete.